Given the composite function h that was created by composing f with g in this direction, we're being asked to find those functions f and g that were composed. The function h was created by composing f with g in this direction, meaning that f was on the outside and g was on the inside. There are several options for the f and g functions such that when they are composed, they generate this h function. One option for an outside function is simply the square root of x. If we were to compose f with g, where f is the square root of x, we would begin by opening up a hole for that independent variable, and then what we would need to plug into that hole would be 1 minus x squared. And so that's what we would need our g function to be, so that when I compose f with g, what we get is the original function that we started with. So this is one possibility for f and g. But there are other options. We could have let f be equal to the square root of 1 minus x, in which case, when we compose the two functions, we would start with the outside f function and open up a hole for the independent variable x. In that case, g would need to be x squared, which is what we would plug into the hole when we compose the two functions, and this would also give us the original function that we started with. So this is another possibility for the functions f and g. Let's do this again for a new function h and see how many different answers we can come up with for f and g such that when we compose them, they generate this h of x function which we are given here. One possibility is that f of x could just be 1 over x, in which case the g of x function would need to be everything in the denominator here. So the absolute value of 2x squared minus 3. And this is one possibility for our f and g function, such that when we compose them, they generate this h function that we started with. Another possibility is that if we let f be the function 1 over the absolute value of x, if f contains the abs val, then now g needs only to be the 2x squared minus 3 function that goes inside that absolute value. And so this is another possibility for f and g. But we can still find at least two more. We could let the outside function contain more of that denominator and say the absolute value of this time, let's use x minus 3. This time what we plug in for x would need to be the 2x squared bit, and so g would need to be just 2x squared. So this is a third possibility for our f and g function. Let's do one more, and we'll let f take on just a little bit more of the function. This time we'll say 2x minus 3. And now g would need only be the x squared bit. When we plug the x squared into the x variable spot, we would end up with the original h of x function that we started with. So here are 4 different possibilities for the functions f and g.